There is a particular kind of fear that belongs only to the night, a primal dread that creeps in when the world outside your window becomes a landscape of shifting shadows and whispered secrets. The stories that follow are born from such nights, reminding us that even in the supposed safety of our homes, we may not be as alone as we believe. Now let me share my own account, a tale that clings to the edges of my reality. I once sought solace in the quiet countryside, hoping for peace. One foggy night, as I washed dishes, I saw a tall, motionless figure standing by the old oak tree in my garden. It was a silhouette, stark against the swirling fog, cloaked in a long coat and crowned with a wide-brimmed hat. A chill ran down my spine. I turned off the kitchen light, hoping the figure would simply vanish. But he remained, unmoving, a silent statue sculpted from shadow and mist. Fear kept me crouched low on the floor, my heart pounding in my chest. I found myself peeking through the curtains, yet through it all the figure remained, always in the same spot. Then, as suddenly as he appeared, he was gone. The next morning I ventured out and found a single deep footprint pressed into the soft soil beneath the oak tree. It was too large, too perfect, as if carved by something not quite human. I never saw the figure again, but the memory lingered. Sometimes the unknown stands just outside our perception, waiting patiently to be noticed. I never felt truly alone in my garden after that night. The darkness, it seems, sometimes leaves a mark on the soul. The Harrisons moved into a house beside an ancient forest, loving the privacy until the father, David, noticed a figure at the tree line. Night after night, the thin, hunched shape stood motionless, always watching, never approaching. David's fear grew. He'd stare out the window, dreading the familiar silhouette. One snowy evening, the figure pointed directly at his window. David stumbled back, shaken to his core. He never looked out at night again. The family moved away, but David still wonders if the new owners have seen the watcher. Some presences never cross the threshold, they only need to be seen to haunt us. The forest kept its secrets and the watcher remained. Sometimes the scariest things are those that simply watch and wait. Arthur, a widower, lived a quiet, solitary life. The days were long, but the nights were a different story. He spent his evenings reading by a large window, finding solace from his loneliness. One stormy night, the wind howled and rain lashed against the glass. A flash of lightning revealed a pale, grinning face pressed against the glass. It was there for only a second, a fleeting glimpse of something unnatural, but it burned itself into his mind. He drew the curtains with trembling hands, unable to shake the unsettling sense of being watched. He was haunted by the memory of that face, the chilling grin that seemed to mock him from the darkness. A week later, Arthur was found dead in his chair, a book lying open on his lap, his eyes wide with terror. His neighbour claimed she saw two silhouettes moving in Arthur's living room the night before. One was undoubtedly Arthur, but the other was a tall, gaunt stranger shrouded in shadow. The face in the window never physically returned, but its chilling presence never truly left Arthur's home or his mind. Mark and Sarah lived in a city apartment, a cosy space nestled high above the bustling streets. Their apartment was their sanctuary. They enjoyed the fresh air, often leaving their patio door open on warm nights. One evening, a sudden chill filled the room. A heavy, oppressive presence settled upon them, a feeling of being watched. They both felt it, this unsettling sensation. Mark quickly locked the door, securing the barrier between them and whatever was outside. But even with the door locked, the sense of intrusion lingered. After that night, they never left the door open at night again. Sometimes late at night, they hear a soft scratching at the glass. Other times, they catch a scent of damp earth. They strain their eyes, peering into the darkness beyond the glass, but they never see anything. The most unsettling visitors are not the ones we can see, but those we cannot see, only feel. The barrier between worlds is thinner than we often realize, and sometimes, in the quiet hours of the night, something waits just outside, patiently observing. Mark and Sarah learn to live with the unseen companion. What, one must wonder, waits just beyond your own window tonight?